Oh, welcome to the Gov Shack. So happy to have you guys with me this evening. A little bit past 7 p.m. on the East Coast, running a little bit late this evening. I know. But as you can imagine, I have many things I'm trying to achieve, many things I'm trying to work out today. And these next couple of days are insane, but I am trying to still move forward. Wow. It's more challenging. Oh my God. Is it challenging? Really, really challenging. But we have to move forward because we have to have hope for a new New York. There is no way around it. The people who are running now are simply not going to be able to make it happen. There's just no way they're going to be able to fix it. We have to fix it and keep going. And to make that happen, there are several things I need you all to do. I need you all to do one important thing. Call, if you are a Republican in New York State, call any Republican leader you know. Call, text, email, whatever the case may be. Reach out to them and say, I want a primary with Larry Sharpe in it. Just tell them that. You don't have to argue with them. Don't get mad at them. Nothing. Just say, hey, this is what I want. And they're going to then tell you how Bruce Blakeman's the guy. We got to get behind him for whatever dumb reason. They're going to tell you that. They're lying, but they will tell you that. You are to ignore them and just say, this is what I want. You do what you got to do. You want to wreck this state, you go ahead, but I'm not responsible for it because I'm telling you what we need to make happen. So please do that if you can. It does matter. Next, if you are a Republican in this state of New York, I need you to get out there and get me some more signatures. We are still short. We need to get going. I know we had a weekend. I was out there getting them. I got tons of them. People I know got tons of them. We got them. We need more. We are not done. We need more. And we only have 4 total days. The last day is April 1st, but it's actually April 2nd. So you can go to April 2nd. I said April 1st to hustle you guys up, but it's April 2nd. Get them up by April 2nd. Get them in the mail by April 2nd. Get them in the mail by April 2nd so that I can submit them by April 6th. That's the issue. I want to submit them by April 6th. So get them in by April 2nd. Put them in the mail. Get them out to me. Please do so if you are a Republican. If you're a Republican in this state and you don't at least give me you and someone's signature, you want Kathy Hochul to win. And maybe you do. I don't know why you would, but you do. So at least get me that. If you're a Republican in this state of New York, please do so right here. It's the first page, LarrySharpe.com. Download the signatures. There's the instructions. There's a script you want to ask people and mail it right here. This is the mailing address right here. Mail it right here. Do that. Mail it by April 2. By April 2. That's the last day. So we got 4 days left, guys. 4 days. I need us to hustle and put it in. If we don't put them in, if we don't put him in, Bruce Blakeman is going to be the Republican nominee. Do you understand that? And you might go, but Larry, you got to go out and do X, Y, and Z. No, Larry is going out and doing all kind of shit. You got to go out and do X, Y, and Z. He has the R line. He has the money. He has the establishment. I don't. I'm the rebel, which means I need Robin Hood and his merry men. Well, merry men, get your butt out there and get me some signatures. That's what I require, right? For those of you who don't know, the establishment, the Blakeman people, all of them, they literally call people who are petitioners and tell them to not petition for me. I'm not joking. They threaten them. They say, if you work for Larry Sharpe, you can never work for us again. They tell consultants that. Don't work for Larry Sharpe. If you work for Larry Sharpe, we will not hire you anymore. I'm not joking. If you think I'm making it up, ask anyone who works in the field. They will tell you so. If I'm lying, they can sue me, right? Defamation. They can sue me if I'm lying. Any of these things I say publicly, if I'm wrong or I'm lying, they can sue me, right? I ain't got no lawsuits. Why? Because I'm right. I can prove the truth. They literally get people to call up petitioners, tell them that they work for me. They don't. Get them on other contracts and then say, oh, no, don't have time for Larry Sharpe anymore. Yes. So I can't even get paid petitioners. When I have money, I can't get paid petitioners. That's how hard it is. And they tell local people, like local chairs, when I say, hey, I want to come and see your people and talk to them, don't do it or we'll punish you. Happens all the time. That's the norm. Now, did I know that before I started? I kind of did. This is why I'm bugging you, because you hopefully don't care about that. So you will go out and make it happen. So I'm asking you again, get out there, get those signatures. Blakeman does not want a primary. Why does he not want a primary? Well, Larry, he can't afford a primary. They will tell you that lie. Why is that a lie? Here's how it works. If Blakeman gets a primary, you know what happens? He gets to, legally, this is a legal thing, he gets to double dip on matching funds because a primary is a separate election than a general election. So he gets to put about $4 million in his pocket if he has a primary. He's giving up $4 million by not having a primary. Again, not making this up. Do your own homework. It's the truth. So what do you mean he can't afford a primary? They're giving him $4 million for it. Not just that, he's having trouble raising money. Most of his money he's transferring from other areas, right? Because he's got other stuff he's transferring. Why? Because no one's talking about this race. Why? Because cool Larry Sharpe's not in it. If cool Larry Sharpe's in this race, then people would talk about it. People talk about it. He could raise more money if he was a good candidate. But here's the problem. He knows he's a garbage candidate. He knows he won't get any extra money. He's prepared to give up $4 million because he knows I'll beat him in the primary. There's the issue. He will tell you when you call him or you talk to him, he'll be like, Larry Sharpe, who's that guy? He's a nobody. If I'm a nobody, Bruce, why won't you primary me and get $4 million? Now, if there wasn't for the matching funds, okay, maybe it's true. But matching funds is $4 million. You don't want $4 million? I'm such a chump. Can you just beat me? Can't you just wipe the floor with me and put $4 million in your pocket? Why wouldn't you? Because he knows he's a bad candidate. He knows he's going to lose. He knows he is. Larry, why do you make a deal with him? He doesn't want a deal. He just wants to be top dog and make some kind of legacy. That's all he wants. Okay, good luck, I guess. But he's not going to win. Going to lose by 15 points. He's a garbage candidate. He should have let me in. He would have a shot. With me, he has a shot. Without me, he has no shot. And here's why. For those who don't know this, I poll at about 8%, give or take. He polls at about 3 times that, give or take. And he told me that to my face. He's proud. He polls at three times of that. He's told me that. Great. Why do I poll at 8%? I poll at 8% for only one reason. Because I'm Larry Sharpe. That's the reason. Because I've gone around this state for 8 years, meeting people, talking to people, doing this. People know who I am. So when they see Larry Sharpe on an independent line, not even a Republican Democratic line, they go, oh yeah, I know that guy. I like that guy. Boom. About 8% of the state does that. That's not 50%. Not gaslight myself. That's about what people do. Blakeman, if you put Blakeman, no R, he gets maybe 1% of the vote. Maybe. But he has an R by his name. So the Republicans go checkmark R. He's getting those numbers because he has an R by his name. Not because he's Blakeman. No one cares who he is. No one knows who he is. I'm more known than he is. I have more plans than he does. You can believe that if you want to or not. Up to you. But here's what I'm asking you to do. Get out there. Let's make it happen. It does matter. Help me out. And of course, if you can donate, please donate. LarrySharpe.com/donate does matter. Every dollar counts. We're trying to get more in here to the best of our ability. And click the button known as Lima, India, Kilo, Echo. Click that like button so that people can follow and share this every place you possibly share. In fact, share this into Blakeman Facebook pages. Let them see it. Let him have to fight it. Let him. Now, I brought up a point here. Earlier today, I brought up a point. And the point is Blakeman Kamala Harris? Now, was that a joke? Yes and no. Obviously, he isn't literally Kamala Harris, but there are many ways where he's very much the same. He's just selected, just like they did for Kamala Harris. He has no policies, just like Kamala Harris has no policies. He's got vibes. He thinks people should vote for him because he's Republican. She thought because she's Democratic. All she did was go, Trump is bad. I'll save you from Trump. All he does is go, Mamdani and Hochul are bad. I'll save you from Mamdani and Hochul. That's all he does. I go, Larry, you're exaggerating. Oh, no, I'm not. Let me be very clear. No, I'm not. This is one of his most recent things. I will show you from his own mouth. Again, you see me all the time. I don't make stuff up. I give you the receipts and I show you, I get their own words. This is him, his own words. This last weekend, he actually went upstate once. It was probably too cold for him. He put on his warm clothes and he went up. This is him right there. This is from his media. So we can see it. So I don't want you to think I'm making this up. This is his. Here we go. This is Borrello and Blakeman talking about safety.
Thanks very much for coming out. Yeah, we're here in Genesee County. And
now this is Western New York. For those of you who don't know, Genesee County is in Western New York. And you might go, well, that sounds great. But it's still New York. And in New York State, he showed up to do a press conference. He didn't show up to hang out with people. He showed up to a press conference. This is what he does: a press conference and or a fundraiser. That's what he does. He doesn't go talk to people. Fundraiser or press conference. And here, Borrello talks more than he does. And again, this is New York State. Now, you might not like what I'm going to say, but it's true. It's New York State. We are a deep blue state. And he thought, you know what's the best thing? Let's have literally 6 old white guys together to a press conference, because that'll look good against Kathy Hochul, a woman, and her lieutenant governor, who's a black woman. He thought that's going to work well in New York State. Maybe in certain states this is a good idea. Not in New York. Do you know your state? He doesn't.
I'm so proud to have County Executive Bruce Blakeman here, and he'll be speaking a little bit later. I'm a former county executive myself in Chautauqua County, but Nassau County is a little bit bigger, about 10 times the size of Chautauqua County. 1.5 million people in Nassau County, and recently.
So now we have to have someone talk about how big the county is.
The safest county in America.
See, voted the safest county. He made that up. How are you the safest county here?
And that takes a lot. That doesn't happen by accident. And I can tell you it's because as a county executive myself, former county executive, I can tell you, it takes determination to say that we're going to pick public safety over politics.
Okay, so he pushes his public safety thing, which I get. He pushes public safety. But if you look at any, and I mean anything that's happening right now, they're talking about the economy. The economy is what matters. Public safety is important, but it's in the propaganda piece that his own campaign put out. They said that economy and culture number one. What does he focus on? Safety. That was Zeldin's campaign. That was 4 years ago. Has he changed? He just started. His first campaign was New York first, keeping New York safe. Then he changed to make it affordable, but he has no plans to make it affordable, though, obviously.
And that's not what's happening here in New York State.
What's happening in New York State? Tell me.
And unfortunately, we're here with the throughway in the background to talk about the tragic accident that happened back on August 22nd of last year.
So you're talking about, just very clear, he shows up in Genesee County. One of the biggest cities in Genesee County towns is Batavia. It's a large place in that area. And he shows up to talk about an accident that happened last year, August. You know what people don't care about right now in Genesee County? Accidents that happened last year in August. That the people affected by it care, but the average person cares they can't pay their rent, cares that their electricity bill is $1 gazillion. So he's talking about safety again. Lost
tour bus, folks coming from Niagara Falls, Chinese tourists. Tragically, the bus rolled over and 5 people lost their lives. There was an investigation. I want to thank, first of all, the first responders here in this area.
Immediately, look, first responders, my daughter's one of them. I'm not mad at first responders. I'm not mad at cops. I'm not. But this idea that you always have to kiss the ass of the cops off the bat, you always have to. I have an idea. How are you going to help the people? This is just virtue signaling, and you get it every single time. Why do you fall for it? Republicans in my state, why do you fall for this? They don't fix anything. All they do is virtue signal for you. See, we love first responders or we love cops. How come we don't have, if you care so much about first responders, how come there's no rules and regulations and laws for EMTs or emergency services throughout New York State? Oh, there aren't. You didn't know that? There aren't. There's no rule to even have one. There's no rule to even have one. You don't even have to have 911. There's no law, regulation, nothing. It's just volunteers. Yes, but you care so much. Why won't you let them have a union like all the rest? Why won't you allow them to be in unions like firefighters, like cops? You won't, but you love your first responders so much.
It's known for having wonderful people that care about each other. People stopped, bystanders, people driving their cars pulled over to try to help. And then we had great first response here from Genesee County and other areas. So we stepped up here in Western New York.
Okay, what'd you do? What'd you do?
But then fast forward to just a little while ago.
Okay, what happened?
And it was not widely reported.
Okay.
But the driver of that bus, who they had to locate, by the way, had to have an interpreter for Mandarin Chinese to understand the charges against him.
So to be clear, 5 people died 9 months ago, or whenever the hell it was. That's what he's talking about now. In today's world, this is the shit that he's posting. This is the most recent thing. Have you watched my most recent thing? I talk about how to fix New York. I'm with actual people. I'm shaking hands to kiss the babies. This guy has some guy, Borrello, It's 9 months ago, 5 guys died. You know what happened? The guy was Chinese, couldn't even speak English. Would it be better if he spoke English? Those 5 people are still dead? Do the families of those 5 people go, oh, the guy spoke English? Well, now it's okay, my dad is dead. Virtual signaling. Look at Bruce. No, my God, he spoke Chinese. Why do you care if he speaks Chinese or not? 5 people are dead. And his answer is because he's Chinaman. That's what he's thinking. He's thinking that right now. Yes, I just said it.
Again,
that's what he's thinking right now.
This man who has a New York State CDL license had to have a Chinese interpreter in order to understand the charges against him. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the problem.
That's the problem. Freaking Chinese people. Chinese people. I got a virtue signal anti-Chinese people when people can't pay their rent, when their kids can't read, when your kids can't do math. And this is the guy who's going to beat Kathy Hochul. When it comes to virtue signaling, he can't beat her. She drops the mom. I'm the first mom governor. I'm the woman. She virtue signals better than anybody. Well, not anybody, but she's very good at virtue signaling. He's going to try to virtue signal out of this? Was it just because? Is he just trying to get Republicans in? Well, it's working.
This is where Governor Kathy Hochul and everyone else around her, her administration, have.
So Hochul bad. Mike brings it up perfectly. Thank you, Mike. So how's Blakeman making the roads safe anywhere in New York? Any plan or just my virtue signal? The answer is my virtue signal, Mike. You heard that. You saw it perfectly. Yes. You saw it perfectly. Yes. Absolutely. Bronner, perfect. If not for those damn Chinese, New York would be utopia. Got it. True. That's the problem. Thank you. I'm not the only guy seeing this. I appreciate that.
Chosen politics over public safety. Someone who cannot speak and understand and comprehend English should not have a CDL license.
Because that's the problem. See that? If we just did that, then we'd be fine.
Anywhere else. And that's the issue we're here to talk about today. And this is not the only incident, unfortunately. In fact, the federal government recently said that New York State is the worst when it comes to giving CDL licenses to people who are not qualified. That I want to invite up.
Okay, because he had nothing but garbage that they had to stop it. And again, that they edited this. So that garbage he said, they were like, this'll get him. They thought that was good. Now they're going to bring up the man himself, and he now is going to, he's going to get us going and give us all the info we need. Mike, you're going to be mad because he's going to give you all the plans. He's going to give you all the plans. You're going to watch him give you plans. So you're going to eat your words right now, Mike. You're going to eat your words.
That's
all right, Bruce Blakeman. Come on.
My friend, Bruce Blakeman.
You're going to eat your words, Mike. Watch.
Thank you.
Thanks very much, Senator. Thank you for your advocacy. It's good to be back here in Batavia.
Back here like you ever been here before.
Genesee County, and see all old friends here, and what a beautiful community this is.
Pander.
I want to thank the chief and all the firefighters and first.
I got to thank I got to pander. So I got to pander to you and then pander again. He will do 3 things only: pander, history lesson, and Hochul / Mamdani bad. That's everything he does. And when I say that, that's for every single question he ever answers. Pander, history lesson, Hochul / Mamdani bad. That's it. There's nothing else he'll ever answer because he has nothing else to answer.
Responders. Chief, I'm going to tell you something.
Pander.
You guys saved lives that day.
You guys saved lives. Of course they do. I get you want to stop pandering. Of course they do. That's their job. I get it.
If you hadn't been there and conducted yourselves with all the training that you do and the equipment that you have, we would have lost a lot more people. So God bless you and thank you. Let me talk about this tragedy. I rarely disagree with my friend George Borrello, but there is a guilty party here.
Who is it?
The party is Kathy Hochul.
What? When Kathy did it, it was her. She was driving it the whole time. She doesn't speak English. Kathy Hochul's Chinese. Damn, I did not know that. Kathy Hochul's Chinese and doesn't speak English. Blakeman that's a story. Mike, that's a story for us. Okay. Her fault.
Her policies have made us less safe, less secure.
Her policies.
When you think...
Sorry, I thought she was the driver. My mistake. Sorry about that, Brucey. Brucey, sorry. I got it wrong. It's her fault because she has policies that did this. So good. So pander and then Hochul bad and some
about
history.
The fact that this individual couldn't speak, barely a word of English,
See that? You damn Chinese people are killing us all.
yet was entrusted to drive 50 people in what they thought would be a safe and secure trip.
Now, here's the issue. To be very fair, he went up to Western New York, which is suffering in so many ways. And if you go around Western New York, you'll see it. They're suffering in many ways. And what did he pick? He picked a tragedy that he could use both things that sound horribly racist and xenophobic and Hochul bad. All he needs now is Mamdani bad, and he got them all. And that's all he does. Now, I'm not saying he's wrong in what he's saying, but there's your focus. You're going to get some airtime. You're going to get a president. Look at all those. If you look over there, these are all right there. You see, I'm circling it. These are all of the local places that are listening to him. You have an opportunity to say how you're going to help local people. And all you did is say, Hochul bad. Here's the reality. In most parts of Genesee County, they ain't voting for Hochul. There's some parts that Batavia has a little bit of blue in it, but most don't. It's Western New York. Most don't. He's preaching to the choir. Your opportunity to say something, he doesn't. What a lost opportunity. What a terrible,
It's a failure of her
guy.
policies. It's a failure of her leadership. And it is
She lets Chinese
demonstrated
people
time
here.
and time again with her program.
This is a blue state. And I know some of you in red states go, wait a minute, Larry, but he's right. These people are foreigners. You're not wrong. This is in Oklahoma. Know your state. This is New York State. Most people in New York State are happy with us being a damn sanctuary state. This is the wrong thing to say to create a coalition.
Criminal policies that give more rights to criminals than they do to victims. The DMV never should have issued a CDL license to that individual. This tragedy that happened here, the other tragedies that Senator Borrello illustrated and itemized, this is all a lack of leadership. It is a lack of common sense. It's a lack of caring for the safety of the people that you're charged to protect, Kathy Hochul. And that changes on day one when I become governor. Thank you.
And that was it. That was his entire speech. That was his entire speech. You know, if they would have given me that mic, I'd still be talking. I would still be there talking while that happened. Still. And he was like, no, I'm just going to pander a little bit. And you're like, all he said was Hochul was bad. This is his norm. Right? This is his norm. It's embarrassingly bad. Yes. Chris says, Kathy Hochul's Irish, but again, if you're endorsed by President Harris as a fake black woman and things that, I guess. So, yeah, any case. So that was when you go, Larry, that's just one. Oh, no. This is him now. Now he's on TV, right? So they're going to put him on TV now. He's going to go on. And this one's a challenging one for him. This is challenging. He is like, I'm going to go and do the tough interviews. This is him doing tough interviews. He's going on Newsmax. I wish I was joking. I'm not mad at Newsmax. I'm not. I'm happy. I've been on Newsmax. I want to go on Newsmax too. Newsmax, if you're watching, I'm happy to go on. But this is him going on the media and fighting. Newsmax.
I need people who are high net worth to support the.
So now they open up with allowing him to go Hochul bad. This is an interview. They open up with Hochul bad. So I'm just going to move on to what she talks about after it's over.
And see who you can bring back home, because our tax base has been eroded.
Well, she's the reason why it's been eroded. I mean, clearly, was
immediate attack because she's a fair and balanced reporter.
Wasn't it just a few years ago, Kathy, that you had this to say to the Republicans here in New York?
And we're here to say
that
the era of Trump and Zeldin and Molinaro just jump on a bus and head down to Florida where
Remember
you belong,
that?
okay?
She said for the Republicans, head down to Florida. I told you she said that. That's her saying it. I wasn't making it up. She said it.
Get out of town. Get out of town. Because you don't represent our values.
See that?
You are not New Yorkers.
She said that. Cuomo said worse. Cuomo won the election twice. She's about to win it twice. Yeah.
But the lib values aren't paying the bills, are they, Kathy? Don't you love it when karma works itself out? Joining me now to discuss is Nassau County Executive and New York gubernatorial candidate Bruce Blakeman. Thank you, sir, so much for joining us.
Okay, watch the charisma just roll out of this guy. Watch it just roll out of this guy.
You have New York City Mayor Zohran Mamdani.
Oh, she had him Mamdani. Man, she set him up. She's like, okay, I'm going to set you up for Hochul bad. Now I'm going to set you up with Mamdani bad too. He's doing okay, Mike, this time, Mike is going to be mad, but this time he's going to come out with policies. Watch him. He is going to, you're waiting for policies? It's coming this time, Mike. It's coming. You are going to see. Yep. Fran says, I want to see real debates. Not the same old tired song and dance. No, that's what you're getting. Yeah, it's the same thing. Yes. Here we go.
Higher taxes. He's pushing for a huge spike in the death tax from 16% on $7 million properties to 50%, and he wants to decrease the property value to $750,000.
Can you set him up any better? I want to go on this one. I want to go on Newsmax. Set me up this way. It's amazing.
So this guy basically wants to make people unable to afford to pay the death tax so then that the government will seize the property.
Hold on, Nate's jumping up and down. Hold on.
Folks.
It's communism at work. Okay, Nate says, Larry, push for petitions, get as many as possible tomorrow and Wednesday and mail them out by close of business with it. I started with it, Nate. You missed it. I opened with it. Now say it again, guys. Push for petitions. We got to get them. If you are a Republican in this state, and if you want this guy to be your nominee, don't get me petitions. This guy will be your nominee. He will get his ass kicked by at least 15 points, if not more. At least 15 points. He'll get his ass kicked. And we'll have Hochul again. And if you're happy with that, don't give me petitions. Stay home, watch Netflix, and this joke will be your Republican nominee. He will get his ass kicked, and don't do what Nate says. There we go. There we go. I love that. Yes. Ross says, such a whiny stance, Larry Sharpe. Bro, horrible people will beat you. No way in the world, Ross. You are a bootlicker. That is what you are, and you do it all the time. You're like, we got to get behind that Republican. You do that all the time. You enjoy boots. I'm not mad at you for it. I'm not. I'm showing you here. You think I'm whiny? You should have watched what I go on. You want to see what happened? Watch last week when I was Thursday when I was at the Brooklyn DJT event. They came at me and I came back. So watch that if you think so. This is the guy who won't even take anybody attacking him. He walks away. So your boy, Brucey, walks away. So good luck with him. Please vote for him. Ask him to change his flavor of polish, and you can lick the boot as you see appropriate. Enjoy.
Folks, and if it can happen here in New York City, the financial capital of the world, what happens, Bruce, to the rest of the nation?
Yes. Oh my God, Ryan. She is in a wonderful job of setting him up. Let's see how he screws it up. It's crazy. Chris, the same thing. Blakeman's lack of charisma has me waiting on his own corn pop story. Look, I am obviously not a fan of Biden, but Biden in his prime was a decent storyteller. He was, and the corn pop story was a decent story. I mean, he probably made it up, but it doesn't matter if he remembers it, but it actually was. So enjoy.
Well, Claudia, first of all, it's pathetic that Kathy is going down and asking Floridians to come back when it was her policies that drove them away.
Her policies.
And now Comrade Kathy with Zohran Mamdani, the two of them are talking about various types of tax increases, and it's the tax.
Again, what I say, he does only three things. Pander, number one. Number two, Zohran Mamdani or Hochul bad. And three, history lesson. That's all he does. There is nothing else in him. That's all he does.
Mentality that drove people away in the first place.
History lesson.
So he wants a death tax. He wants to lower the limit down to $750,000. Basically, if you own a home in Queens or Brooklyn or Staten
history
Island,
lesson, Mamdani bad.
That your house
Working
is
class.
worth $750,000.
Right.
He wants to take wealth away from families.
Yep.
He wants to redistribute that wealth. It is pure socialism. It is communism. It's a redistribution of wealth. It's collectivism. It's all the things that have made other countries.
And then they show pictures of Mamdani. See the evil guy. Yep. Works perfectly. Absolutely. Mike, will Brucey add even one item, point, or definite plan to whatever reporter set up? Mike, I think you're going to be disappointed, but we'll see.
who had that form of economic policy, poor and weak, and he wants to do that to our city, our state, and our country. And that's why we have to defeat Kathy Hochul, because she's in bed with Zohran Mamdani on all of these policies.
She's in bed with him and all these things. Damn, first she's Chinese, now she's sleeping with Mamdani. Damn. Brucey has all the new plans. He knows it all. Okay. She's a Chinese spy sleeping with Mamdani. That's what it is. We got the new stuff going on right here. Here we go, the new stuff. I wish I was joking. This is how dumb this is. This is how dumb this is.
Right. And people need to understand this isn't just a New York City problem. This is a United States problem. And also we're seeing it happening kind of roughly the same stuff in LA.
Yeah, Mike sees it perfectly. See, Mike does interviews, so he sees this. The reporter has to expand a point for him. He's so bad, she has to lead him down the road. Otherwise, he can't do it himself. Yes, absolutely.
New York spending an astronomical amount of money on the homeless. We're talking $368 million just last year alone, yet we still have homeless people. Our tax dollars clearly being spent, and that's not the only, I mean, $80,000 per homeless person, all of this money going to all of these social services, and yet it's still the same. Everything stays the same. Is there corruption, you think, here in New York?
Is there corruption in New York? Can I give you that one so you can say Kathy Hochul's bad? HVAC says the tax base has been eroded because the people paying the taxes are tired of paying most of the taxes. True. You're not wrong. That's true. There we go.
There's corruption. There's bad policies. We are the most overtaxed, overregulated state in the United States. We have a governor that is pro-criminal. Those are the reasons why people are moving to other states like Florida, Texas, South Carolina, North Carolina. And the fact of the matter is more people will move out. Businesses will move out. They will take jobs. We have to stop her policies. We have to stop Mamdani's policies. And that's why I'm running for governor, because we have to get back to economic development through capitalism, through creating prosperity, putting more money in people's pockets.
We're just going to do the things by doing them. That's it. What's his plan?
We've got to get back to policies that protect victims and neighborhoods rather than make it.
What's that policy? He went back to safety.
Easier for criminals to commit crimes.
And stop punishing success, incentivizing success.
She's saying the whole thing. Mike, you're right. I think she's on his team. Okay. I'm going to go on Newsmax too. I can't wait.
Utility costs. I live in Westchester County, about 20 miles outside of New York City. Our utility costs have skyrocketed. People want to blame the utility companies, but who is really to blame?
Oh, we want to blame the utility companies, but who's really to blame, Brucey? Can you once again say how bad Hochul and Mamdani is because you have no plans or policies of your own? Can you just keep yelling the same thing that doesn't ever work?
Here, Bruce.
I will cut utility costs on the first day that I'm governor in half, because if you look at your...
Okay. That's a plan. There's something, Mike. There's something. He's just going to magically cut them in half. How? Just by saying it? Executive order? So to be clear, he believes that he's going to walk into the governor's mansion and write it's half, because I said cut in half. Awesome. Let's say he does that. Let's say they ignore him. What's he going to do? There's a commission who agrees to it. They agree to the price hikes. Is he going to disband the commission? He could, in theory. Okay, then say that. I'm going to disband the commission and I'm going to set prices. So is the Republican going to disband the commission and put in price controls? The guy who says Mamdani's rent control is a bad idea is now going to create price controls on energy costs. That's what he just said. Is that what he's going to do? Or is he saying bullshit that means nothing? He's doing nothing. He has no plan. He's not going to win. That's why he says dumb shit like that. Is he going to actually show up and go, I'm in now and I'm disbanding the commission so that what they can't ask for anything anymore, and I'm going to now decide how much the gas is? Or is he going to say the price is cut in half? If he says the price is cut in half, what will they do? The next day, they will double their prices. Is he going to stop them from having price raises, or is he going to have a price cap? They can ask for raises whenever they want. And unless he's going to disband the commission, who already agreed to the first price hike, when he cuts them in half, they will simply say, oh, good, we're going to double our price now. Go back to the commission. The commission will go, yes, because we already agreed to it. Done. Prices are back in there again. Here's what's going to happen. If he were to win by some reason, I mean, he's never going to win, but if he were, he would say it the commission would stop it and he would go, oh, my hands are tied. The commission has done it. What can I do? If you give me the entire assembly and the entire Senate, then maybe I can do something, is what he would actually do. This is useless. This is just
your electric bill. Only 30% goes to energy. The rest goes to taxes, excessive delivery charges, and the green energy scam mandates,
which all the assembly agreed to. And the green scam, as he says, the whole plan, Kathy Hochul's going to trash anyway because she knows it too. So his talk of the green scam, what happens when she says, I'm going to trash it too? Then what? You the same as Kathy Hochul now?
So you're paying for all these experiments with green energy that are lining the pockets of Kathy Hochul's contributors. They produce very little energy. I want to open up energy. I want to open the Marcellus Shale.
Open up energy and shale. Okay. The shale's not bad. It's not bad. The problem is, and he's not telling you this, is there are about 14 counties in New York State that could actually do fracking. 13 have voted against it already. He can't open this up. All he can do, which I agree with, by the way, is say no state mandate. That's true. There's right now a state moratorium that you may not frack in New York State. Okay, get rid of that. Then allow them to do what they want to. Maybe one county will do so. The other counties voted against it. They don't want it. I'm not making that up. I'm not anti-fracking, but I am anti-making people do shit they don't want to do. 13 out of 14 counties that can frack in New York State have voted against it. They don't want to frack. Great. I have an idea. Nuclear power, been talking about it forever. How about nuclear power? Been talking about it forever. He won't tell you that. He doesn't even know what I just told you. His team now, who's watching this, now goes, holy shit, there's 14 counties and 13 voted against it? We better do some homework. Because if he knew that, he wouldn't say this dumb shit. So he doesn't know that. Why? I've been running around this state for 8 years. He's been doing it for like 5 minutes. That's the reason why he doesn't know it.
We're sitting on one of the biggest natural gas reserves in the world.
He's right.
And we don't even drill. It's
we don't, because the people don't want it.
Ridiculous. Our energy costs here are 50% higher than the average in all the states in the United States of America. We've got to get back to common sense principles. We've got to get back to creating economic development, cutting taxes, cutting utility costs, and common sense approach to government.
Common sense.
Common sense.
That's it. Who would have thought, right? That would work. Common sense.
Just common
and capitalism.
sense.
Sir, thank you so much for joining us. And
he said nothing. He said nothing. Have you ever watched any of my interviews? Any of them? I give people actual answers all the time. Constantly. I give them actual answers all the time because I have them. He doesn't. And that was the friends interview possible. Could you be any friendlier? You couldn't. You might go, Larry, that's not fair. He's probably a lot of good stuff he's working on. Okay. Maybe I'm wrong. But why don't you head on over to YouTube and go on his YouTube channel and see all his videos of all things he's doing. You can do it if you want to. You can go over to YouTube and look and check out YouTube and see what you can see on YouTube if you want to. But the problem is, if you do that, what you're going to find is he doesn't have a channel. I'm not joking. When you put Bruce Blakeman for governor of New York, you get Kathy Hochul's channel, New York Now, WABC Radio, NCC Social. You get, because everybody, me, Mike Voss shows up. He's here. He's more popular than Bruce Blakeman. They should have picked Mike Voss. He'd be a better candidate. The Capitol Press Room. There's literally no Bruce Blakeman. He doesn't have a YouTube channel. I'm not joking. Yeah, no YouTube channel. But he's going to win, though. Right? He's going to win. He's going to beat us all. He's going to take this with not even a YouTube channel. Not even a YouTube channel. I'm not joking. You can look at it for yourself. You won't find one. He doesn't have a YouTube channel. And you're like, well, that's, yeah, that's where we are. But I'm the one, Ross, your boy doesn't have a YouTube channel. I'm not, well, it's okay. That's fine. Because instead, we can go to his Facebook page, which is true. We can go to his Facebook page. We could do that. Go to his Facebook page. You will find something which is interesting. You will find videos and stuff of him on the way. It's true. So now I'm sure, Mike, we're going to get you something now because I know Mike is waiting for policies. Mike is like, where's my policies at? Okay. Mike's waiting for him. So here we go. We're going to go to this is his YouTube channel. It says Bruce Blakeman for governor, make New York affordable. He's running for governor of New York. Okay, that's great. First thing, Kathy Hochul bad. No worries. Next one. Oh, wait, Kathy Hochul bad. Okay, next one, that's fine. Kathy Hochul and Mamdani bad. Okay, it's fine. Next one is going to be good. Okay, Kathy Hochul bad. Damn. Okay, this one will be for sure. Oh, girls sports. See? And that literally is nowhere on priorities of New Yorkers at all. Not that I'm against it. Not a priority at all. Safety, Matt. Everything's safety. Everything's safety. How about economics? All right, it's fine. I'm sure right after that'd be fine. Oh, pandering to fire department in New York PD. Okay, it's fine. Next one, it'll be, okay. He's in Batavia now. Oh, Kathy Hochul bad. Damn. I'm trying to find policies, Mike. I can't seem to find any. I can't find any. All I do is see that it's Kathy Hochul. Okay, hold on. But he's talking about something. He's going to talk for 2 seconds about something. And I'm sure it's going to be
Bruce
how
Blakeman
important stuff
here.
is. Hold on. Bruce Blakeman's here. So that's good. We got Bruce Blakeman here. What's he going to say?
Batavia, New York, at famous Oliver's Candy Factory and Store. We're here with the owner, Jeremy. I'm here with my running mate, Todd Hood, and the great Senator George Borrello. They've been here for over 90 years. 94 years.
Okay.
Employing 56 people. Like
Okay.
Mary over there. Wave, Mary. There she is. We got to support small business in New York State.
How?
Jeremy, you'll have a governor that cares about you. We'll lower utility rates. We'll lower taxes, make it easier to do business.
He's just going to lower stuff because magically he got magic powers. That's it. That's what he does on Facebook. So that's Facebook, I guess. So how about this? Okay, Blessed Palm Sunday, nice. And this guy's running for office. No answers whatsoever. So yeah, no answers. Okay, so none there. Okay. His website though. That's gonna have a. If I can't find this, I will definitely find. I will find it on his website. Here's his website. Okay, now we're set. Here we go. We are set. Him and Hood, his lieutenant governor, on the front. The first thing to do is put your name and give money. I'm not mad at giving money. I want money too. I want money, but shouldn't be the first thing. But yes, that's there we go. And we look at the top. It says meet Blakeman, Blakeman's record, meet Todd, news, get involved, volunteer. And donate. Where's the policy page? Oh, see, he's going to cut the utility bills in half by just saying stuff. Oh, that's something. Okay, there we go. Meet Bruce. Oh, wait, does he have a YouTube page? Does he?
These utility bills are sky high.
They're sky high.
It's Kathy Hochul's fault.
It's her fault.
Blakeman on
Hochul
utility
bad.
bills.
Under Hochul, taxes and fees went up, and your rates were hiked 36 times. Because of Hochul.
All this is Hochul bad. Does he have a YouTube page? Maybe I missed it. Oh, he does. I'm sorry. It has 27 subscribers. I was wrong. It was just so small, you can't find it. And he has one video on it. Why would you even have the page? Ross, this is your boy. Who's going to win? Who's going to win? 27 subscribers on it. 27. And I couldn't find it when I put in Bruce Blakeman for governor. You saw me do it. Couldn't find it. Huh. That's weird. Meet Bruce. All the stuff he's done. He's going to win somehow. He's got a story or something. Todd or something. And then in the news, Hochul is bad. And people who speak up and endorse him. That's it. That's his website. That's his website. I don't understand. This is the guy. He is literally the Kamala Harris of New York GOP. Vibes, selected. That's what he is. We might go, but he'll tell you, Larry, he will tell you if you ask him, I'm 9 points behind. I can make it up. I'm doing better than Zeldin. He will tell you that. Utter lie, total garbage. None of it's true. Here's the reality. For those of you who don't know, here's the reality. The reality of it is, he is, and this is not, again, I'm showing you receipts. In every single poll you can find, he is getting his ass kicked by at least 17 points. This here is most recent. Hochul plus 20, Hochul plus 17. Average, Hochul 50.5, Blakeman 32. Here, Hochul plus 18, Hochul plus 20, Hochul plus 17, Hochul plus 26, Hochul plus 25, Hochul plus 25. Huh. This guy's going to win? no plan, no charisma, no web presence, doesn't travel, hates leaving Long Island, doesn't travel. And when there's travel, press conferences are just 5 seconds of him talking about garbage. Doesn't meet people. No one knows who he is. And this guy, and struggling, throwing away $4 million because he won't primary me, and may not even get matching funds because the Democrats are getting rid of it. And here's the best part. The Democrats are trying to get rid of his matching funds just to make sure he gets hammered. And he takes that as a badge of honor. No, they want to embarrass him. The goal of the Democratic Party this year is not to win. That's not their goal. That isn't. Their goal is to bury the Republican Party completely. And it's working. That's their actual goal. Democrats are not afraid of losing. They're not. Kathy Hochul said publicly she's going to stay here till 2038. I showed you the clip. She said that. Her words, I'm staying till 2038. The goal of the Democratic Party this year in this state is not to beat Blakeman. That's a done deal. Their goal is to bury the Republican Party to a point where they can no longer field statewide candidates at all. That is their goal, and it's working. It's working. I told you already, in New Mexico right now, there is no Republican candidate for governor. The state's too blue. They can't get people to do it. They can't figure stuff out. No one else to do it. They screw up, don't do it, don't get stuff done. Doesn't work. They want to crush the Republican Party in this state this year, and it's working. There is going to be a Republican candidate this year in 2026. Yep. Then 2028, because of presidential year. 2030, that's it. That's it. Ball game over. Ball game over. Maybe 2030, maybe not. Maybe not. Think about that. No AG, no controller, no governor. Kathy Hochul in 2030 might run unopposed. By 2034, she will run unopposed. Or I'll be there. It'll be me. I'm the only asshole who stays. For those of you Republicans who are like, Larry, what are you doing? Where's your 2014 candidate? Where's your 2018 candidate? Where's your 2022 candidate? Where will your 2026 candidate be in 2030? All the same place. Nowhere. Nowhere. They take all your time, all your money, all your energy, and then they walk away. Thanks for the money, suckers. And they walk away. I asked for the cash and the time too, but I'm still here. I am struggling with you. I haven't walked away. I'm still here. There's your difference. You can invest in me or throw your money away with him. Again, every one of these, plus Hochul, plus 18, plus 20, plus 17, plus 26, plus 25, plus 25, and he's going to win. What planet are you living on? If you're a Republican in the state now and you honestly think Bruce Blakeman's going to win, how broken are you? How broken are you? There is zero evidence he has any chance of any victory whatsoever. Zero. People tell me the same thing. Larry, you should drop out and back Blakeman. Why? Why? So in 1943, I should drop out and back the Japanese? No difference. They're going to lose. War's over. That's what I should have done. 1990, I should have become a Soviet? Is that what I should have done in 1990? What's wrong with you? There's no chance of victory. None. And he knows it. He's not even trying to win. I just told you he's avoiding a primary, which is $4 million gone. He's avoiding a primary, which should get him actual press. Could you imagine if all of a sudden we're primaried? He's getting primaried. The press would be all over this. And if he's such a great candidate, which he says he is, wouldn't he want to absorb all that amazing press? I know I would. I know I would. All day, all night. I would have it. Not him. Not him. He's not even trying. I showed you a whole bunch of stuff so you would understand what I was talking about. So that you would understand what I'm talking about. Let me grab a bunch of comments if I could and some other things I got here. First, thank you for the gift of membership, guys. Kajon, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Phil, thank you for jumping on board. Yes. I didn't know Kappas was giving favors to your friends. Yes. Bottom of the barrel, Brucey. True. Phil, thank you for gifting. And of course, also, Ryan, thank you for gifting it. Guys, thank you so much for the help. I appreciate it tremendously. Yes. Guys, if you can, as always, click the button known as Lima India Kilo Echo. Share and repost if you can also. Don't forget, if you can, please donate. But lastly, and the most important, if you are a Republican in this state, please, New York State, get out there and get me signatures. If you don't get me signatures, you are going to get Bruce Blakeman as your nominee. But Larry, you got to spend more money. I don't got to spend all of he has the money, not me. I'm the rebel. I need rebel forces. I'm Robin Hood. I need my merry men. Get out there and do your job. You have to. But Larry, I don't want to. Then you get him. That's how that works. And remember, if you want Hochul, vote for Hochul or Blakeman. You get Hochul. That's how it works. That's how it works. If you think I'm joking, why don't you instead talk about, why don't you ask Governor Zeldin? Oh, wait, you can't. Because it didn't work, did it? Yeah. Why don't you ask all the other people who ran for governor of New York as a Republican in 2006, 2010, 2014, 2018, 2022? Huh. Yeah, none of them won. None of them. Didn't even come close. And they're all gone. I'm still here. I'm still here. Like it or not. Get out there and get me those signatures. I need them. We have to keep going. Ryan says, rebel scum. It's true. We are. It's true. You are not wrong. So, yes. All righty. 99 says, Larry will be the only 2030 Republican candidate because he's the only one who will bother submitting petitions. You're probably right. No one else will even try. You're probably right. Yes, absolutely. Ryan says the New York GOP candidates in 2018 and 2022 are in the same place as Sean Hannity's house, swimming in cash and drinking mimosas in Florida. You're probably not wrong. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I love it. All righty. Matt says, sending my next AMA absentee ballot question because I most likely might not be able to make it, but my mom started keto New Year's. But apparently her LDL is 160 now. Does keto raise it like that? It depends. For some people it will. It depends on how much cortisol they're making. It does sometimes do that. The issue here becomes when it's a little off topic, obviously. But the issue to ask is, what is the ratio of her two numbers? The ratio is a critical piece. Check the ratio. That's the most important piece. And is she really ketoing? What I mean by that, the problem with the keto diet is there's really no kind of keto. What I mean by that, in most diets, if you're looking at, say, Mediterranean diet or a calorie restriction diet, if you come off of the diet a little bit, it doesn't really matter much. You still get some benefit. If your body's not in ketosis and you are shoving all that fat and calories and protein into your body, it could be a problem. You need to be in ketosis. That part's black and white. So if she's cheating, I'm not saying she is. If she's cheating, that could affect it also. So hope that's helpful. Anyway, D says, Bruce needs to back out and back Larry. Here's the truth. Here's the truth. If I were to drop out today, Brucey still loses. If Brucey drops out today, I'm the next governor of New York. That's the reality. And some of you may not want to hear that, but that's real. That's real. If Brucey drops out today, I'm the next governor of New York. If I drop out today, Brucey still loses and Kathy Hochul was the governor of New York. Doesn't change. He's not going to gain my people. That's not a thing. He's not going to gain extra people. I have the room to grow, not him. So yes. All righty. Adirondack says, I asked on Hochul Sucks Facebook, why do you like Blakeman? The biggest reply was, he's on Hochul. Yes. Thank you. That's the reason. And he thinks that's enough. Well, I'm not Hochul. Okay, Hochul's the governor. Hochul's more popular than she's ever been. He will tell you, you don't understand, her popularity is low. It's not over 50%. Because some consultants who want to suck him dry of money, which, don't get me wrong, in that regard, I get it. I mean, they want his cash. I understand. He's a pompous guy who can easily be fooled into giving his money away. So they went, well, just use this guy. And they told him that the baseline's 50%. Utter horseshit. Hochul was at 36% when she won last time. Now she's at 48%. She's 12 points higher than when she was with Zeldin. And they're like, oh, she's in trouble. She's not in trouble. She's beating him by between 15 and 25 points in every poll except the one that he paid for. Let me say it again. She is beating him in every poll by between 15 and 25 points except for the one poll that he paid for. So he said, I'm going to pay for a poll Please tell me it's good so I can keep paying you. They went, it's good as hell. Oh my God, it's amazing. These are numbers that matter. These numbers that we just made up that you'll believe because you want to believe them, because you're a guy who wants some legacy stuff and you want to believe when we kiss your ass. So we'll kiss your ass. That's what's happening right now. So you are correct. It's embarrassing, but it is true. Yes. All righty. Let's see. Adam, let's see here. D says, Terry N on Irish but thinks that Larry doesn't have policies. Says that Brucey can keep Mamdani under a thumb. Says Larry's nothing to keep him under control. Okay. Number one, why is Brucey going to keep Mamdani in control? What's he got? Let me tell you what he doesn't have. If Bruce was to somehow win, I don't know how, but magic, I don't know, he wins. I don't know what magic world he does. He doesn't have the state assembly or the state senate, number one. Doesn't have those two, number one. No. And what's he going to do? Get rid of Mamdani? Is that what he's going to do? New York City wants Mamdani. You're going to go against what the city wants? So you can get rid of him? Just say you're out? Just do that? What precedent has that set? If that was true, why didn't Kathy Hochul do it? So you tell me a guy who is going to be unpopular across the state, I guess because Democrats don't show up or something. That's New York State's 23% Republican. I don't know how he wins in any world. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe, okay, I show up and Democrats love me and I run independent and have the Democrats vote for me and he wins with 25% of the vote. Is that even possible? It's not even possible. I don't know how he wins. There's no way for him to win, but say he does. What's he going to do? I'm going to do something. I actually know Mamdani. He thinks he's going to stop Mamdani. Did you see? Trump's hanging out with Mamdani. Slee was hanging out with Mamdani. Hochul was hanging out with Mamdani. He's popular. Wake up, Republicans in this state. You think that Mamdani is so unpopular. Well, then why is Sliwa? Why is Trump? Why is Hochul? Why are they all hanging out with him? Because he's so unpopular? Saying Mamdani bad just makes Republicans happy. And I'm great. Get the Republicans. I'm not mad at get Republicans. We need Republicans. I want them to vote. Yes, please, Republicans, vote. But there's only 23% of you. You aren't enough to win in this state. We require a coalition. I've been saying this forever. If every Republican gets out and votes, he still loses. Democrats are excited about voting. You see it. I did a show on this earlier in my radio show with talking about the No Kings. The No Kings events are jokes. They're not really a big deal. Nothing's happening. However, they are one sign, a sign that Democrats are excited to vote. It does rally the Democratic base. It doesn't change anybody's opinion, but it does rally. It's not going to get rid of Trump or whatever they want to do. It's not doing any of that, but it does rally Democrats. They want to vote. They're excited to vote. This is the problem that Republicans have. Once you say the reason why Hochul is saying that Bruce is Trump is because that motivates Democrats to vote. They want to get rid of Trump. They hate the orange man. So they all come on vote. So even if all the Republicans vote, he's still losing. He's still losing. So we need some other options and coalitions. So he's not keeping Mamdani on the stop. He's not going to win. He can't keep Mamdani under control. The delusion that some of these people are under. They just want to believe that whoever the Republican leadership puts up is a good guy. And this is why the Republican leadership does it. Because they know we'll put some guy up. The Republicans are so desperate, they'll believe whoever we throw up. So we'll throw some guy up. We'll say he's great. You've never heard him before, but you'll just, okay, Republican said so. I guess that's our guy. And you see it in social media. He's our guy now. We're on his team now. Why? He's not going to win. He sucks. So yes. Sam says, good thing we had those No King protests. We all love Queen Kathy's matching funds for me, but not for thee. Yes. Without Larry, we become a single party state. True. Yes. Absolutely. John says, I was collecting signatures in Oneida with Nate and my own in my hometown of Central Square. There are at least 2 people in both signing sessions that didn't even know who Blakeman was. All over the place. All over the place. Yes. Missy says, I have 60 subs that do nothing. He has 23. I know. Isn't that terrible? Yes. Mike says, Zeldin had a YouTube and politics. Yes. Yes. D says, I'm a nobody. I have 21 subs. Yes. My bird page is 33 subs. Yes. Absolutely. Yes. Mike says it. 27 subs for a governor candidate. Insane. Yes. Absolutely. Bronner says 27. What a dope. Yes. Why would you put that out there? Like, why would you put that out there? Right? It's terrible. So, yes. All righty. Anyway, so many that I want to keep going down some if I can. All right. G Husk says Google has a way of making the YouTube channel go away for like no. It's YouTube commies. No, it isn't. That's not a thing. Nope. That's not a thing. The reality of it is he's too weak. That's the truth. That is it. Yes. He's just too weak. That's it. All right. Chaz says he has less than half the followers you have on X and doesn't interact with people like you do as well. I interact with people all the time. It's what I do. I constantly interact with people. It's all I do. Yes. So Mike says, not just Bruce not having a channel, he does do interviews and podcasts across state. Why not? Mike, I will go on any podcast. Mike and I met. This is a true story, like 8 years ago. Mike and I met when I was running, and I didn't know who he was, and I knew he was a guy. Like I knew that he was a guy. I didn't met him before, and he was like, "Hey, Larry, will you come do my podcast interview?" I was like, "Yeah." I went and did it. That's how we met. Yes, because I would actually do podcasts. I would do interviews. Yes, that's when Mike was still considered the dragon of the Southern Tier. So yes. Now he's the dragon of the Bronx. But that's fine. Back in the day. So yes, absolutely. All right. Let's see here. Where was I here? Adam says, I'm not a fan of fracking because if anything happens, which is often when it comes to fracking, the war is destroyed and oil companies are protected from liability every time. And look, I'm a fan of fracking personally, but I'm a libertarian. If you don't want fracking locally, you shouldn't have it. If you want it locally, you should have it. The state should not mandate. That's my only issue. My problem is the state mandates no, and that's wrong. But local people should decide locally. He doesn't know any better. That's why he says that. If you pay attention, you would know that. He doesn't. That's the problem. So, yeah. All righty, where am I? D says, get ready, libertarians, third-party Dems, and Republicans, sick of the establishment. New York, petitioning will be starting soon. Yes, okay. Thank you for bringing it up, D. Our petitioning for the Republicans ends coming up here April 2nd. That is the last day you can get petitions is April 2nd. Mail them in by April 2nd so I can get them by the 4th so I can submit them on the 6th, right? So April 2nd is the last day to get signatures for Republican primary. After that, we are shifting into libertarians. We're slipping into third party. We're slipping into the independent party. That's what we're shifting into. We're shifting into the coalition party. That's what we're shifting into. That will start April 14th. Now, the good thing about that is any registered voter in New York State can witness, and any registered voter in New York State can sign. That's the advantage. You have to be a Republican. For the independent line that we're going to be running here, for the coalition party we're going to be running here, anyone can sign, anyone can witness as long as they are a registered voter in New York State. We will need 45,000 signatures then. So, Nate, you got your hands full. Yeah, we starting all over again. So you get about a 2-week break, and then we're back in action again. 6 weeks to get 45,000 signatures. We got to rock and roll, make that happen. Yes, again, everything online will change over. I will shift it over to the new stuff so that we have all the new stuff to do it. We'll rock and roll with that, and we'll make that move. So, yes, that's how it works. John says, got 2.5 sheets filled today. Get to the BUE and get walking list for your local area and go door to door. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. Yes. Absolutely. So there we go. All righty. I think we covered all that. All righty. We covered that piece. And 99 goes, yep, virtue signal. Ryan says, Bruce Blakeman has no vision that qualifies him to run for office in the St. Louis metro area. There we go. There we go. Mike knows. She knows the data more than the candidate. Yes. See, Mike's done interviews, so he knows that. Yes, absolutely. So Chris says, when you win, will the GOP come up with a pledge for Blakeman to support you like he did on a national level? No. What I have learned more than anything here is it doesn't matter if you're a Republican or a Democrat. What matters is, are you establishment? That's what matters. So you can change your status to Republican. You can change your status to Democrat. You can change your status to Libertarian. You can change your status to non-affiliated. Are you establishment or not? The establishment defends the establishment. That's what it does. They defend each other. That's how it works. So yeah, that's what it really is about. I wish it wasn't true, but it is. It just is absolutely true. So, all right, I'm gonna grab a couple earlier comments and I'll come back down to some newer ones. All righty. John says he believes in red flag laws, is pro-abortion, and rubs shoulders with wealthy elites. So yes, he's a white man, Kamala Harris. It's true. You're not wrong. Michael Zonin says, or do you mean that they are similar in a way that they're both D-team replacements for the candidates that held higher hopes and abilities foisted upon the party rank and file? Yes, absolutely true. Nicely done, Mike. That is exactly accurate. Yes, 100%. So, all righty. Josh says, hello, my Sharpertarians. Oh, that's not bad. Sharpertarians. All good. We'll figure it out. That might be the answer. I like that idea. Or Sharpie. Doesn't matter. It's all good. Yes, I will take all of them. They're all good. Absolutely. All righty. Let's see. Lunari says, Larry, I like to see you get a little more upset a time or two when you're dealing with snakes with lots of money that need their distemper shot. I do get bothered because of how the people who are hammering this state and who are disrespecting all of the voters think that they deserve it. Yeah, I think that's true. Yes, I think that's a big issue. They just deserve it, and it really makes me upset. So anyway, D says, Bronner, Larry has talked about keeping Gov Shack going after becoming governor. I've got enough content from Sharpe to make short clips for years. Yeah, I will. I plan on keeping it. I actually got this idea of the Gov Shack from Rudy Giuliani, who used to do a weekly show on WOR radio in New York City back when he was mayor. We do a weekly one. I think it was Thursdays at 10. People would call in and talk to him. That's where I got it from. So yeah, I still do it. Yes, I would still do it. I want to keep doing it. Yes, absolutely. So, all righty. We covered that piece already. There we go. Covered that piece already. Okay. Ken says, so New York establishment Republicans are working to re-elect Hochul instead of helping New York. Yes. That believe it or not, there are people now within the Republican establishment who are like, is that what we're doing? Are we helping? They think that's it. That's how it's going to happen. So, yes, absolutely. Adam says, also, we love Larry Sharpe campaign material in Rochester. It's an unofficial request of the Monroe County Libertarian Party. Yes, we will be running third party coming up here, and I will get more stuff out to all of you. Yes, absolutely. I will be making that happen. Yes. Chad says, you try to primary on a conservative party line too? No. That's not, no. It doesn't matter. The answer is just in the Republican line. That's it. Yes. Anna says, mailed in our petitions today. My boyfriend is out right now trying to get some more in Rochester. Thank you. We are trying our best, Larry. We need you to save me. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yes, absolutely. 100%. Yes. Nosy says, Larry Sharpe for New York Government 2026. Thank you. Yes, indeed. All right, let me grab a couple more of them. I'm trying to get as many as I can, guys. I hope I gave you guys a decent back and forth with him specifically. So, yes. All righty. Let me go through some of these new ones if I can find them. That is. All righty. We covered that one already. We covered that one. All right. We'll cover that one already too. Okay, great. Okay, I'm covering a bunch of them. Okay. I'm covering a bunch of them. D says, if you stayed with Larry this whole time, you are a true Larrytarian. Oh, thank you. That's great. All right. Let's see if we can keep going. D says, sometimes the LD levels level out over time. Also true. Does happen sometimes. Yes. And Andrew's triglycerides should be down. That's the biggest piece. Yes, the ratio does matter. That's true also. Yes, absolutely. Wesley says, Bruce Blakeman for governor, make New York affordable. I appreciate the thought, Wesley. And it's nice, and it's not going to work. And it's never going to work. There's no chance whatsoever. Yes. Dominic says, which job will Trump offer Blakeman when he loses? I can only hope that Trump will offer him one earlier so he will drop out. That is my hope. That is my hope. So, yes. So, G Husky says, do you have thought about getting a Truth Social account? Your opponent has an account in Post. I do. The problem is Truth Social is only via phone, which is a pain. I would do my phone all the time, and I do most of my work on my computer. So it's a lot harder for me to do it that way. So I got to, unless they change the UI, then maybe I would pop on Truth Social. I don't mind being, I have Truth Social account. I just don't do much on it. And again, Truth Social is all Republicans. So, and I want to get to more than just Republicans, right? I need a coalition. I don't need just Republicans. I need a coalition. If I even get all the Republicans and that's all I get, I don't win. I need that. So yes. Mike says his internal poll makes 0 sense. I've read polls for 20 years. In detail, his internal is garbage. 35% of 58% might vote for Brucey means nothing. Agreed. His poll's garbage. 100%. Yes. Adirang says, Blakeman says on his campaign page he's going to cut electric costs by 50%. No mention of how to do that. Yeah. Magic powers, I guess. I guess that's it. Derek says, good evening from Tampa. Hey, Derek. Good evening. Yes. All righty. Let's see here. Where am I here? Derek says, Democrats don't even know what a woman is. They will vote for communists because they are programmed. The point is they're not going to vote for Republican. We have to get an independent line, Derek, so they'll vote for independent. That's a critical piece. Mike says, Larry, show Terry your policy page on the website. You already showed Brucey has nothing. Oh, okay. Yeah, good point. Good point. Very valid point. Pop over to my page. All right. Let me do that. Good point, Mike. I agree with you. That is a very valid point. I will do so right now. This is my page. If you want to see my page, that's it right there. Volunteer and info, blah, blah. Policies. And there we go. Videos and policies. What we're trying to do. Right there. What we're trying to achieve with videos. They're all there. This, by the way, is 8 hours straight. I'm not joking.
They're fleeing
on
our
YouTube.
state.
Hold on.
They're leaving because they don't see opportunity.
On YouTube.
If you're a
This is literally 8 hours long. See? And here it is, 8 hours of me talking straight. And it's timestamped. This is timestamped. So if you actually want to watch this video, you may. It is me talking. And I did it live for 8 hours. Remember, I did it live for 8 hours. I called it a policy-thon. I didn't eat. I didn't take a bathroom break. 8 hours straight is what I did for that one. So if you want to come to that, you can. You can watch it on YouTube because I have a YouTube channel, unlike other people. And here it is timestamped right there. If you click it here, you will see each one. This, if you see here, reintegrating felons, criminal justice, police reform, family law, education, the NIST, pensions, homeschooling, affordable housing, subways. It's all here. School shootings, gun policy, business, environment, all here. You want policies? I got them. 8 hours worth. Enjoy. Thank you for that, Mike. I should have done that. I didn't think about that. Appreciate that. So yes, absolutely. You can do so if you want to. 100%. All right. Adam said, I was listening yesterday to the Pulse with Hornell Mayor John Buckley on WYSL. And oh my God, callers kept coming back to Elise Stefanik as if she's running when Blakeman was the topic. Wild. Yes, look, I heard a rumor today, twice, that Elise was coming back. I do not think that's true at all. But I heard a rumor today. Yeah, she's coming back. She's going to jump back on board. Why? Because people want her. She has more charisma, more ideas than Blakeman. It's true. That's the issue. Yes. So I get it. Yes. Yes. Ross says, how many signatures is his podcast worth? Ross, depends on, do you going to go out? If you go out and get some, then however many people go out and go get some signatures, brother. If you get a bunch, it's worth a bunch. If you get none, it's worth none. The reality of it is people are going to have to step up and get this done, or it's not going to get done. That's it. I'm out doing it. You got to go do it. And if you might go, well, Larry, I don't want to because I want Bruce Blakeman. Good luck. You're going to get Hochul. And if you're okay with that, awesome. I'm not sure why you'd watch the show if you want Hochul, but I'm happy you're watching. Please keep watching. I hope you will watch. Yes. So Kevron says, I hope you can get on the PBD podcast and Theo Von. I've been on PBD before. I probably get back on. The issue is I've never been on Theo Von before. So that'd be more challenging for me. So, but maybe I could see it. I could see it. So there we go. Derek says, that's what I like about you, Larry, is you are approachable. True. You can just find me and talk to me. Yes, absolutely. So Mike says, hey, Larry, I have an issue over here on Long Island. Bruce Blakeman, Nassau County Executive, has enabled a ban on kratom, a herb which I use for chronic back pain. Suffolk County next, Praying not. No, look, the issue we have with all of these things is we want to make it to where people can use things safely. That's the issue. I don't want to ban. I just want it safe. That's it. I don't want to ban. I want it safe. I want people to be able to use things safely. I want people to know that it's good quality so they don't get themselves screwed over. I don't want ODs, and I want to be able to support people who are in trouble. That's what I want. Banning doesn't work. It just puts stuff in the black market and makes more people die. I don't want that. That's a problem. So, yes. All righty. Mike says, true story. That's how I met Larry. 15-minute interview turned to 2.5 hours. Yes, it's true. I grilled Larry. He answered every question and challenge on my channel today. Yes, you can go back and check it out. Yes, we sat there forever. And he was grilling me. Mike wasn't like, Larry, can you please tell me why you're so awesome and why Cuomo is so bad? He didn't do that. He was asking me real questions. Absolutely. Yes. All righty. Vernon says, that's so cool, Mike. One of the reasons I like Larry, even when I disagree, he always has an answer. True. Absolutely true. Yes. All righty. Let's see here. D says, the GOP, New York GOP establishment is a bunch of dirty dogs. Yes. Accurate statement. Yes, absolutely. Mike says, Kratom saves lives. Please save Kratom and keep it legal when you're governor. Yes, it should be safe. That's the issue. Safe. So I'm worried about. People should be able to deal with what they want to do. Yes. Do what they want to do. Make it safe and no kids. It isn't, I'm libertarian, right? So consenting adults, safe, transparent, we're kind of good, right? That's kind of it. We're kind of good. So 20 Kevron says he needs more visibility. I do. Please help me. Yes, I do. Please help me. Absolutely. 6022 says Bruce Blakeman from Mar-a-Lago Pool Boy. There we go. Sarah says Larry Tarian is the best thing I've heard. Oh, there we go. There we go. I like that. Mike says 20 Kevron, request your local news media to interview Larry. Enough voices will override the editors that keep him out of the public eye on purpose. This is true, by the way, guys. I get interviewed probably weekly by some newspaper reporter or local reporter or something all the time. But then the story comes out, I'm not in it. Or their editor says, no Larry Sharpe. Literally. Remember, I'm not establishment. That's why I'm punished. And I know, and I'm still doing it. I know, and I'm still doing it. Right? I recognize I'm fighting against the grain. I recognize I'm fighting. Right? I recognize. So, yeah, I keep going, though. So, yes. All right. Let's see here. Chris says, Mayor Buckley, as far as I know, has not Blakeman. Larry, come to Cornell and talk with him. I'm happy to go to Cornell. Absolutely. Yes. Absolutely. I don't know if he backs him or not, but I'm happy to come there. 100%. So, all righty. Friend says, I wish we can clone you and bring you to Ohio, Larry. We can. We can. Right? And how do we do that? Not by cloning me, but by showing success and having others follow. You've heard me say it before, and I say it again. I will break a hole, but I need you to follow me through. Do I think I'm going to save the world? No, I don't. Do I think I can set it up to be saved? I do. I think I can set it up to be saved. I think I can be one of the guys who sets it up to be saved. Yes, I do think that. But I need people to come behind me. It's not just going to be me. So we can. Let's first get me into where I need to be, and then we'll move on right after that. So, yes, absolutely. 100%. So, yeah. Yeah, Danny in the house. How are you, my dear? Keep fighting, Larry. Everything is working. I hope so. I am trying. I am trying so much to make this work. I keep going. I keep trying to fight. And I feel like sometimes I feel like I'm the only guy fighting. I sometimes feel like it. I know I'm not, but I feel like it sometimes. I feel like I'm smashing my head against the wall so often. It's so hard to do. But I think we have to keep doing it. So that's the issue. So yes. Guys, I'm asking you, please, if you can donate, please do so. If you have not yet, please donate. If you can't, no worries. Click the button known as Lima, India, Kilo Echo. Click that button so that people can see it. Share this in other places so people can see it. And remember, if you are a Republican in New York State, I need you to get out there, get signatures, and mail them in. Last day is April 2nd. Ross asked, how many signatures is this podcast worth? I don't know. Show me it's worth a bazillion of them and send me a bazillion signatures. Then that's what it's worth. I don't know. Maybe it's worth 0. Maybe nobody will do anything special. Maybe. We're going to find out the hard way, though. So let's figure this out if we can. Please do that. It does take time. I know. I'm doing it. You've seen me do it. I've got video evidence of me doing it. I go out and do it. I'm asking you to do it also. I'm trying to keep going to the best of my ability. Guys, please get me those signatures if you can. Click the like button. Donate if you can also. I do ask you all the time. I know. And one more last thing I'm going to ask you. Please comment after this is done. Once this is over, please comment anyway afterwards because that gets people going, right? People see it. Please do that if you possibly can. Please comment after the live is over so that Mr. Rhythm loves it. Mr. Al, go Rhythm. Guys, thank you so much for today. I will not be on tomorrow. I'll be on someone else's podcast tomorrow at 7. You'll see where and how that's going to be. You will see that on my social media. Please pay attention. I'm back on with my Sharpe Way Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I will see you all very soon.